darle las gracias a tu mamá y a tu papá por darle la vida al amor de mi vida. Obvio que hablo de ti, la que me hace feliz. Puede que yo no sea perfecto, pero por ti lo intento. De esos ojitos bellos quiero ser el dueño hasta que mi tiempo se acabe. Mija, voy a cuidarte pa' que nada te pase, porque has de saber que yo estoy hecho pa' ti. Has de saber que tú estás hecha pa' mí, pa' mí, pa' mí, hacia la medida donde andabas perdida. Al amor y a ti los conocí el mismo día, porque has de saber que yo estoy hecho pa' ti. Has de saber que tú estás hecha pa' mí, pa' mí, pa' mí, hacia la medida donde andabas perdida. Le doy gracias a Dios porque me mandó lo que tanto pedía. Y puro hermanos Peña. Todo de mí te pertenece.
Buenas noches, mi gente. ¿Cómo estamos? Happy Monday. We're Monday, right? Today's Monday. With the snowstorm, I'm just not even sure where I'm at. Like, I know I'm home, but what day of the week? What time is it? It's all running together from Friday to today. What about you, George?
I'm pretty sure it's Monday.
After
It
the
feels like
day
a
we've
Monday.
had.
Yeah, it's a month for sure. So welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody had a great, safe weekend. Stayed somewhat warm. Hope everybody got in, through it in one piece. And do appreciate you joining us tonight.
So many things going on this weekend. Extreme cold weather. Hope everybody, like George said, is safe. Hope everybody has power. And if you're watching this, just comment where you're watching from. Tonight, we have a very special guest with us. George, do you want to welcome our guest onto the show?
Oh, sure. I think, man, I was a special guest. I was like, what?
Well, you are always, but you're always here.
Yes.
So,
Well, waiting for us here backstage is Miss Vickie with Victorious Promotions. So let's go and bring her out here.
Boof.
Hello. There she is.
Hey, Vickie, how are you
Can y'all hear me?
tonight? Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Well, how are you? How was your day? Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear Vickie? No.
I
Just
don't hear you all.
Uh-oh.
okay. We could probably fix that.
I'm not hearing you on this phone, but I'll listen from you on this one. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear you all.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We could probably fix that.
I'm not hearing you on this phone, but I'll listen from you on this one. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can
Okay.
you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll just use this one. For some reason, this one is stopped. I don't know why. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're good. We're good.
Well, the only issues is there's going to be a little bit of delay.
I'm not hearing you on this phone, but I'll listen from you on this one. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll just use this one. For some reason, this one is stopped. I don't know why. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're good. We're good.
Well, the only issues is there's going to be a little bit of delay.
Okay. I don't know why this one's. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. I'll just use this one. Oh, let me see. Let me turn it on. I don't know why. It's on, right? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
I don't know what happened. Y'all are frozen.
Whoa. Frozen. Vickie, can you log off and come back on?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Can you log off and come back on?
I don't know what happened. Y'all are frozen.
Whoa. Frozen. Vickie, can you log off and come back on?
I can. Let me do that. Can you hear me now?
Joy of being live.
All right. Well, let's see if we can maybe get her
Yeah.
audio working. Well, anyway, while we're getting Victoria's promotions, Vicky out there, I saw some comments. So let's see. We could hear her. She just couldn't hear us. Saludos going out to Roy. Hello, Roy. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Joe Leal. Saludos, saludos. Buenas noches. Let's see if we can get her in
Welcome in,
here.
Joe. Roy, saludos.
Hey, Vicky, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yay!
Is that her? All
Sorry, I
right.
guess it's the weather. I'm not really sure. We were all dropping each other earlier. Well, hi, thank you for bringing me on today and interviewing me. I'm excited about it because I've never been interviewed as Victoria's Promotions, so I'm really excited about this.
Well, we got to hear about your other interviews. No, just kidding.
Inquiring
I'm
minds
just
want to
kidding.
know.
Saludos going out to everybody that's watching us. We have Joanne Pena in the house, Roy, we have Joe, we have Krispy Kreme out there,
Crispy.
Rosa, Ophelia, saludos. If you're watching, just give us a comment. If I didn't get to say your name, just please continue commenting and we'll give you shout outs. Again, we are Let's Talk Tejano. We're here with Sirius Tejano, and they're allowing us to interview Miss Vicky from Victoria's Promotions. So
Thank you.
happy Monday. And I know the weather is really affecting everybody, and we're just going to blame everything. So if
Yes, let's
something
blame it on the
happens, it's the
weather.
weather. Okay. So, um, so Vicky, let's get a little bit into your background. Do you want to tell
Okay.
us a little bit about your, like, where you're from? And then we'll talk about how you got into the business a little bit.
Well, I am from San Antonio, Texas, and I live in a little town right now outside of San Antonio called Schertz. And I've only been a promoter going on 3 years. I know everybody's like, what? But yeah, 3 years. I got into it because I was on a podcast that things kind of went south. I decided to leave, and the time I was uh, promoting, I was on a Laura Linda team, and she's like, "You can do this." She gave me my name, Victoria's Promotion. Uh, Veronica Lopez gave me my logo, and I've been a promoter ever since. And I've got an amazing bunch of gentlemen that I work with, and I love doing what I do.
And like giving your background, you're from Shirts, which is right outside of San Antonio. Um, like why Tejano music? Why promoting Tejano music?
Well, it's really crazy. I wasn't into Tejano music. Granted, my family, we are Hispanic, Mexicans, everything weed, but I started hanging out with friends that were listening to it, and I started liking it a little bit more because I did not grow up here, grew up in Europe. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I'm a big rocker. I love rock music. And so, but my dad, was always playing, and my dad played guitar. My dad passed away when I was very young. My tios are all into it, and so I just started following my culture and getting to know friends that were into the Tejano world, and I got to meet people, and I just started loving it. So everybody's like, "You're listening to Tejano music?" I'm like, yeah, I am. So I don't speak a lot of Spanish. I understand it. I will speak it if I have to. I just have an accent. So I always say I'm like a coconut because I don't speak it very well. So, but I understand it all. I know if you're talking about me, that's for sure. No, but I listen. I know. I understand I understand it all. So, I just don't speak it real well. But no, and that's how I got into Tejano. My first person that I was promoting was Laura Linda. She has now left the Tejano scene, and she's now a country. But I have, like I said, the best team, and I think they're amazing. So I love Tejano music now, and I'm kind of a little bit biased. I listen to more conjunto music than I do Tejano music. So.
I got you. We have a lot of people giving you some saludos out there,
Yes,
Vicky.
yes, I do. I
Um,
have I have a lot of amazing friends in the industry. And I can talk about the people that I'm actually affiliated with. So
yeah, we
I see some of them on there, Tejano Live Radio. I am a social media promoter for them. I've been with them, I believe, maybe I don't know if it's 2 or 3 years now. They are amazing. We have an amazing family, Tejano Radio. We do a lot. We do a lot now. We're doing a lot for the community. We just came from our first Tejano cruise, and we've got a new one being planned. We have a donation that's going on right now. They're going to start with for Easter, for Easter baskets. So I do a lot with them, and they are going to be part of my new show that's coming out.
You have a show. We're gonna get into that in just a
Mhm.
little bit. Most exciting. So, given your background and given like your history, we're gonna talk a little bit about the traveling and stuff. Did you find it a little difficult to jump into promoting? Or did you have to educate yourself? Did you do a lot of homework? Like, talk
Yes,
to us a little bit about that.
my biggest one to be I had to educate myself was Los Hermanos Peña. Tiger Mays came to me and asked me and told me they need a promoter, and I have heard of them because I was actually on a committee for Cumbia Champ, and that kind of went south. And we were going to bring Los there at the time. There were Los Arcos in Manos Peña. We were going to bring them here, and that's the first time I ever heard of them. So when Tiger Mays came to me and asked me to promote them, I was like, I don't know anything about them. I don't. So I started educating myself, and now I think I pretty much got not everything down. I still get confused with names, so I always ask Gilbert, "Who's this? Who's that?" Because they're a village. They're a village, and that is a big family to remember everybody's name. So I just started following the history, and that's when the documentary came out, and that helped me a lot. And I know so much now about them. And believe it or not, they're going to be the first ones on my new show that I'm going to have, the women. So talk about that. But it was learning to educate yourself with everybody in the industry of what they are, who they are, and where they come from. It was a challenge, but I'm still working. I'm still as a promoter trying every day, learning stuff. It's a work every day. It's a work in progress every day. I'm not the best promoter, I tell everybody, but I try to be the best promoter that I can be for the gentleman. And I've always told my gentlemen, if it ever comes a time when you don't feel that promoting for you enough, you could walk away and we will still be friends, because you have seen people transfer promoters. But I love all the gentlemen that I work with. They're all amazing. So I have some of the best bands. They always check on me. I'm very close to a few. I'm very, very close to them. So yeah, it's different. It's different being a promoter than I ever thought it was going to be. I love it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it.
Absolutely. And so educating yourself a little bit about the music and kind of really digging deep. What was your biggest like aha moment about the music and the families?
I'm just going to go back to the Benyas, and for me with them, for people that really didn't know me to bring me in as a family like they did. This past my last year's birthday, I got to go and meet, I think it was like 200 250 people at their house. And every one of those, I mean, there was nobody that did not come up to me and say hello. And now when I see them, they just greet me like I'm family, and that means more to me. My daughter got to go to their first event in Kingsville. She's like, "Mom, they all love you." I'm like, I know, it's crazy. And to me, they're more family than my own family, and it's really sad to say that, but they are. And they're always shouting us out when we go to. My daughter laughed because they're up there, and Gilbert's up there just shouting my daughter out. He goes, "How many times is he going to say my name?" But that's who they are, and I love that they shout out everybody. And so, and there's a couple of my there's one band I have not met. I only know Isaac from Fussa. I don't know the rest of them yet. It's kind of crazy. I don't know them. I promote them. We do FaceTime things, and so that's how I know them. But I do know Isaac. But all my other bands, I do know them personally. So, so that's my aha moment, is just being with when my bands actually treat me like I'm family to them. That means more to me than anything. So
Big
Well,
saludos to the Pena family. Sorry,
yes.
George. The
I was
Pena
just
village out there.
That
Um,
village is a village.
Joanne, and Gilbert, and all the rest of Los Hermanos Peña. And I can attest when they started coming into my lives when I was on TikTok just jamming music. They would all come in and they're just full of support and love, and I definitely appreciate them. And they've honestly they've become like family because they just come together and support, Serious Tejano, Let's Talk Tejano, and Triple M, and they just support us 100%. So a big saludos. Anytime that we can help them, we definitely try to push their music, and Gilbert and Joanne have been so amazing to, and the rest of the family have
Oh
been so
yes.
amazing to us. So yeah, big aha moment, and I love
Mhm.
that. Go ahead, George. Sorry.
Sorry, I was looking at something. Now, I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, they do roll deep. Like Mary said, they jumped into our lives before, and they obviously we're pretty familiar with the band as well. But yeah, they roll deep with the family, so that's a good thing. So jump into that. I mean, obviously, you do have a stable of artists, well, right? Different
Oh
artists.
yes. Oh yes. I Johnny and Los Texas Plowboys, which is Juan Abrego. He is from Roscoe. There's Arnold Valdez. That's from San Antonio. He just came out with the new song. I thought you were the one. He also has new music coming out from Red Room Records. So get shout out to Red Room Records. They're doing an amazing job with my artists. I have two country bands. I have a country that he's single, and that I've just started with him, and so I don't know if he wants me to mention his name, but I am. His Larry Lopez. He will. I'm trying to get him to the studio right now because he does have a song already he wants to promote. And Whiskey Hollows, they are from the RGV. Zeke Lehman's was with Rustic Rose, and I don't know if you know who they were. Rustic Rose from the Valley. He has gone on to his own, and he is Whiskey Hollows. Los Hermanos Pena, and of course Westa was Ram and Isaac and Krispy Kreme and I don't know them. I can't wait to actually meet them. I have only know Isaac because like I said, he was with Los Arcos, and I met them. But the other guys I don't know. I think that's it. I think it's all my bands. I am a social media promoter for a few other artists that I'm kind of behind the scenes. I don't mention their names because there's other art promoters that kind of get their feelings hurt, they've left, and so I do promote. If you follow me, you'll know who they are. I do help promote them, and then of course my Tejano Live radio family, Tejano Live radio. I've been with them, and they're amazing, and like I said, I'm a social media promoter for them as well. So, and I have my new show coming out, so let's see how this
That
all
is that
goes.
is that is one heck of a resume. I'll tell you that. For you just be doing 3 years, but obviously you've been in the genre for a while, But you
um
just saying you've been promoting for 3 years, and that's a hell of a stable there.
I have two medals under me for top five promoters with Jesse Torres at the All Star and for Tejano Country Awards. So
Nice,
I've
nice.
been nominated several times, but you know what? And to me, a medal or trophy doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define who I am. I don't I don't need that award. I don't need that medal to know who I am. I'm going to be straight up. I am confident in who I am because I have been a promoter that has been put through a lot. I have been put down. I have been had a lot of ugly things said about me, but you know what? That just keeps me fighting harder for who I am. So um, I just keep going. I go with the punches, and we know how the Tejano world is. As we say, my friends, as the Tejano world turns, we just keep going forward. So
It's one novella after
Um,
another, huh?
it is a novela.
all right, let me get some shout outs. We have a lot of people in here, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in
Yes.
to
Hello, everybody.
Victoria's Promotions with Let's Talk Tejano and Serious Tejano. Tammy's out there, Joanne, Jonathan, Mateo. Hello from San Diego, California.
Christy E.
We have Chrissy E. And
Also,
Jonathan. We have Roy. We have, let's see, I'm going through. We have TDK's in the house.
TDK.
He's waiting for
Oh,
his shout out.
hello.
So
TDK is one of my biggest supporters, and I love him to death for that. Also, I see Oso Rodriguez out
yeah.
there.
Joe
Uh,
Leal. We have
oh,
Tehana H.
Joe. Yes. Joe
Jane
Leal.
Tehana H. Martinez, Krispy
Yes.
Kreme. We have Gilbert Peña, El Sonen. Sonen, is that how you say his
Yes,
name?
he is part of our Tejano Live. He is a radio family. He is a DJ.
We have
He's
Roland
been in. Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
Cool. No, go ahead.
Roland Martinez, George Vences. We have Javier
George.
in here. Rosa. I'm going through it as quickly as I can. I want to give shout outs as everyone's in here and thank you for supporting us. Um, we have
I would
Nal-
like to give a big shout out to George because George, I have stepped away a little bit from George, but I still want to still co-host some events, George, and some of his shows with him. Because I like co-hosting with people at times because you do get to meet different artists, not that everybody has. So I did send him a message. I want to do a couple of more shows with him before my show comes on. But I give Tiger Mays. Thank you for letting me be a part of his show, and we are still good friends. And I told him I would go on from time to time to co-host with him, just like George. And but once my show gets going, let's see how that works because might be busy.
Saludos going out to Junior Rojas. Let's see. I want to give really quickly Chrissy again. Chrissy E's in the house. If I missed you, please comment. We have
Oh
Leslie
yes.
in here holding it down. We have Joe in the background. The Wizards hanging out. Randy, and AV. I don't know. It's all it's showing me here. Um,
Omar Pena's on there. Rosa, she is part of Hernandez is part of my Tejano Live radio family. So oh, Jessica Rodriguez is on. Hello.
from Florida. Saludos, Johnny Gonzalez. Andrew. We have Andrew. Let's see. The Peñas. Okay. Rick Baldem, Rick Baldem. I can't even talk. Rick Balderrama. Saludos to everybody fighting.
Yes, he's a very good friend of mine as well. So
Yeah. So, um, Victoria Sprimmers, you have so much going on right now. So, give us a little insight into what it takes to be a promoter in the industry. What's the role look like for you?
well, for me, just starting out is getting these bands actually recognized because most of these bands, are pretty new now. To like Benyas, they aren't new, but they have split. The name has changed, so bringing them back into the industry as the Peñas, they have to be re-recognized as that. Ram as well. I know he's been in the business for 30 years, but now that he has his band, getting him recognized as the band. Arnold's new. Johnny and Los Texas Cowboys. He was gone for a long time. He's back. So bringing that is my hardest thing. Me right now is finding people here in San Antonio to give them the chance to play here because one thing I've learned, some of these venues don't pay. And when you're coming all the way from West Texas to here, you can't come on a couple $100s. I mean, it takes money to come here. And I'm finding a lot of the venues don't want to pay that. So me being a promoter, trying to get them promoted, especially when their new songs come out, and it's work. It's a lot of work. And just if I could get some of the other promoters, sometimes us to work together on certain things that would help. But most time it's just you're doing it by yourself, and it is hard sometimes being a promoter. Sometimes I feel defeated. Sometimes I don't feel I'm doing enough for them. But I try, and that's all I can do is every day is just try for them. If they call me, "Hey, I need a flyer, I need this," and I try doing it. And it can be rough at times, and it can be frustrating, but I don't give up. I don't give up. I wanted to at one time, but um, I love them all too much to give up on them. I'm not ready. I'm not
Well,
ready to
well, the
do
net the
that.
So,
networking
what
has to be insane, though, huh? The
It
networking. I
is,
mean, I mean,
and
how would
that's
you if you were starting right now? I mean, obviously, you've been doing it for 3 years. If you were starting right now, what would have been your first, or what was your first move 3 years ago to get you to where you're at now?
I started going to every event, and marketing, and that takes money too because you've got to get yourself dressed up. You got to pay for your events. Marketing is the biggest thing. Is marketing yourself and marketing your bands. And I would go to every event out there. I was exhausting myself. I was every weekend. I was going Friday, Saturday, if there was Sunday gigs, going everywhere and talking to people and talking to people. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be very honest. When I go to an event, I make sure I talk to everybody and everybody knows who I am at the end of that event. That's just who I am. They know who Vickie is, Vickie V is when I leave there. My
See, I
friend says,
try to
I've
do
never
that
seen
too. A lot
someone.
of people consider that creepy.
And I don't, you know what?
When I
I don't
do it,
care if
at
they
least
think
when
it's
I
creepy
do it.
because you know what? They're going to remember that creepy promoter that was out there that was stalking
You know,
everybody.
I'm just saying, at least when I
But
do, I either kick the door or they put me in a corner somewhere. But
And but because I've also had the chance to work with certain podcasts and stuff, and that helps out. They're like, "Oh, you were on this," and then that gives me my leeway and say, "Oh yeah, I did this." And so, marketing is very big. It's the biggest thing. Marketing. Going to the events is one of probably the biggest things. Especially like we've got like I've been to Tejano Takeover. You go there and you talk to everybody. You go to fanfare, you talk to everybody. You have to promote yourself. You have to promote yourself. Promoting yourself is going to get your bands promoted as well. So
I appreciate you kind of going into like what it's like the networking portion, but like if someone doesn't know what a promoter does, so talk to us a little bit about that. Like what is your job as a promoter?
well, as a promoter, well, everybody has different, some people have different aspects on a promoter. Some people don't think I should be getting gigs, and some people think I should because they say, well, that's a manager's place. But I will have to say, all my bands do get their own gigs. They don't wait for me to get them, which is good. But for me being a promoter, I have to get their music out there, and some have music distributors. I distribute their music. I distribute their music. I try to make them the flyers. I try to get them the gigs. Even if I just hear of something, I'll like call and say, "Hey, I heard this. There's a gig going on here. Can you call?" Because I'll call, maybe not get through. I have the hardest time in San Antonio. The hardest time in San Antonio getting the gigs here, and but as a promoter, that's what I do. So I do the flyers. I make calls constantly. I'm always on the phone. I try to get their gigs. I just find venues. I call different venues all the time, and I try to make it to their all their gigs. If they're close enough, I can because most of my bands are in West Texas. That's a long way to drive. But if I can do it, I do it. You know, but like when they're around in my area, I definitely try to make it. So everybody has different looking, and they as a promoter they always want us to try to do an event, and that is one thing I'm working on this year is to make a victorious promotion a team our event, because I have enough bands to have our own event. We don't have to bring anybody else in, and I'm already working on that right now.
so is there you brought up management part of it. So is there an understanding between you and the management team that you're going to be helping push the music, or is that just something that the artist does on their own? Because obviously they're still
Most
meeting their
of
commitments with their managers, correct?
Well, not all of them have managers. No. I don't think any of my bands have managers. I'm the promoter. I pretty much do it all for them. So
Oh,
I
okay.
post, if they call me and say, "Hey, did you not, if there's a DJ that didn't get my music. Send it to me, I'll get it out there." So when that comes a day to put a new song out, I'm literally all day sending it. It's an all day thing. But as of right now, I don't know of any of my bands that have managers. Um, they they talk amongst themselves. Like for instance, Ram. He does he doesn't say he's the front man. That is his band. That he feels like he does everything for them. And they're a bunch of great guys. Gilbert. I talked to Gilbert from Los Hermanos Peña. He's my main person I talk to. So, but his son is, I know, the one helps out a lot. So they all kind of work together on all that, getting gigs and everything. They're all, Lewis, they all work together. I don't know actually who's like, we'll go get the actual gigs when I'm not around. I don't know who goes and gets, they do it. And then they call me and say, "Hey, Vickie, I got this band. I got this gig. I got this gig. Okay, let's go ahead and make a flyer for it." Financial part, I don't get into that unless I go to a gig and I'll go to a venue and say, "Okay, my guys need 2,500 to get here. Are you going to be able to pay that? Get them here?" And they're like, "No, okay." Then we have to negotiate, and then I'll have to go back and ask the band, "Okay, can we negotiate the price? We can negotiate the price, okay." But like I said, when you're coming all the way from West Texas, you can't come here on $300. You've got to have money for the vehicles. You got to have money to stay. You got to have money to pay if they're not a band member. So I mean, they should never play. I mean, for my personal opinion, 1,500, 2,500. I mean, they're coming a long way. I mean, and it takes money. And if they need a place to stay, that takes money. So
Oh,
it's,
So
absolutely. I'm pretty
you're
sure that those rates probably go up, or cost of living, cost of lodgings and all that. I'm pretty sure all that plays a factor as
Well,
well.
it was just like you guys, when you guys come to fanfare. I mean, if you don't have your sponsors, that's coming out of your pocket. You know, you got to stay here for what, 3 days. You know, so it's coming out of their pocket if we don't get sponsorships ourselves. And I can get sponsorship. My last band I had that was we got them sponsorship. I got them $1,500 to go to an event. So I can get sponsorships. It's just getting the money to get the sponsorships.
So you think it is difficult because I mean money's always an intricate thing, but as the promoter, you're just trying to educate those that are working with your bands how to get them in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so
Yes.
you're kind of like you help promote their music, the band itself, educate
Mm-hmm.
people on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Um and you're also trying to get them gigs. So if you see a
Right.
venue and stuff like that, but
Right. Mm-hmm.
everything else is left up to the band and whomever's representing them.
Right. Most of the time, but most of the time, and I will do extra. Whatever they need me to do, I pretty much I'll do it for them. If they ask, "Hey, Vicky, can you do this?" I will do it. I don't have a problem with that. You know.
And and that would be just outside of whatever like
Mm-hmm. So, none of them have music distributors right now. They're more than welcome to get music distributors, but if I can do it, I do it. It's no problem. I mean, right now I'm able to do that because of my work situation. I'm able to spend the time at home that I can be able to do that. Now, if I had my job that was working 10 hours a day that I used to have outside of the home, there would be no way to do it like that because it takes time. It takes time.
so what in your opinion is the hardest to get our bands to be played by radio stations? So like Let's Talk Tejano Radio, Sirius Tejano. I see also in here shout outs to
Um,
also they're playing new music. So
yes,
what is the hardest part in your opinion?
my heart. Now I appreciate that about also. They need, my opinion is they're not playing the new songs, or and I love our legends, I love them to death, but we have to play our new music of all our new artists and everybody who's got new music coming out. Our legends are going to still be there, we're going to still hear the music, but we have to get and the new generation and the new music. We have to give them a chance. That's all I ask, give them a chance. And what I don't like about the charts is you have to call and request. But I see some of my bands never get on there. I see some of the same bands over and over and over being on those charts. Why isn't everybody getting a chance to be on these charts? So I don't know. I don't know what it is, why we can't sometimes get certain songs out there. I mean, I just keep pushing and pushing. I'll send it to them sometimes 10 times. Get them out there. I don't hear it. And I don't know. I don't know whoever's running the radio stations or whatever. It's up to them to put them out there. I mean, I can send
Well,
it to
like there
you.
are radio stations playing your music, also
Mhm.
station, Let's
Oh
Talk
yeah,
Tejano,
yeah, Orso's amazing.
Serious
But
Tejano.
yes.
Thank you, Joe, for being out here. We are playing the music, but is there like what I'm thinking is like, are you helping promote those stations that are pushing are you helping
Oh
promote those
yeah.
radio
I
stations that are pushing your music?
well, I do to a certain point because all I can do is say they're on there. I'm not going to go out into every radio station and say,
But
"Oh, you know, yeah, I don't because I never have done that, but I will send my music out to them. And if I do hear it, I'll say, "Oh, hey, they are on series radio. Oh, also Rodriguez is playing their music, go listen to it." When there's a one of the DJs that plays the music, I'll screenshot it. Hey guys, look, they're playing your music. So, yeah.
so I
There's
think
just so many of them to
sorry,
do
go
it.
ahead.
There's just so many DJs or radio stations. I don't know who's all playing them at times. You can hear them though. Hey, did you hear my song on that? Oh, let me go listen. Oh yeah. Or if there's a chart, or if there's a radio station that has all the songs that are coming on, like a lot of them on 360, 365, you can see the songs that are coming on. Then you're like, oh yeah, your music's playing on here. So, because there's some I don't hear, and then some I do hear.
Absolutely.
So, and that's just, and I don't, and I just leave that to the DJs to play it. And like you say, they are playing it. I just have to, um, listen for it. And I can't be on social media all day listening to everybody. I wish I could, but I do hear a lot of it playing.
Saludos go out to Grupo Entrego in the house. Mateo's
Yeah.
out there. Saludos to everybody that is hanging out with us, and we definitely appreciate. If you have any questions for Victorious, a lot of the questions are coming in a little quick, but if you have questions, put them in the chat, and we definitely will be reading them. But so we kind of often take this stance. Here on the show is it's up to the fans. So right now we have a lot of people
Oh yeah.
watching this show, and we appreciate and we really hope you understand your role in this as a fan of the music. Are y'all
Oh yeah.
requesting new music? Are you requesting the classics? Are you requesting new artists? And not just new artists, but new music. It's very important that
New
you're going
music.
to the
New
music
music.
media platforms, especially the bands that Vicky promotes. Are you requesting it? Are you downloading it? Are you streaming it? Are you going to their social media web pages, and are you sharing their
Mm-hmm.
links? Because you just never know who is going to catch it. They might, someone told me today, I shared a video of Los Hermanos Peña, and they're like, that was awesome. I didn't know anything about them. I was like, go check them out, go follow them. So we
Right.
ourselves can be promoters, just like
Right.
Vicky out here, and that's what we got to do is we got to help each other, and really as the Hano supporters, you got to be open to new music. The whole point of fanfare, which I think is often overlooked, is to promote new bands. New bands start in the
Mm-hmm.
early part of the day, and then they bring in the heavy hitters at the evening. But if you go during the day, you're going to catch a lot of new talent out there. Um, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these festivals, opening acts, you got to request these bands. You got to go to the venues. So as fans of the music, you have an important role, and I don't think us as
Mm-hmm.
DJs, radio stations, promoters, artists, bands, you give a lot of our fans the credit that they deserve. That you all play an intricate role in this music business. If you're not requesting, downloading, streaming, liking, hearting, following your artists, it really that's what we got to do. And I think Vicky's kind of touched in on that. Like she's helping, but it takes a lot more for these bands. Like she's playing a very big role, critical
Right.
role.
When they ask me why I'm not on the charts, I'm only one person. I can't request. It takes all of us to request it to
Yep.
get on that chart. If you want that chart, if it's just not one person. That means each and every one of you have to get out there and request your music. Get your friends, get your family, because I'm just one person. I can't do it all alone. And I feel bad when they're not on a chart, but I'm only one
Yeah,
person.
it takes
So
all of it.
it does. That's all of us. So it takes all of us to help each other, like you're
If you
saying.
find a new
Yes.
band, go find them on the music media platforms. Los Hermanos Peña. They're not
Hmm.
new by any means, please, but they have new
No,
music.
no.
That's the
Play
keyword right
music.
there. They
Hmm.
have new music.
Music.
Go find them on Apple, Spotify, heart them, follow them, get the into whenever they get music, you'll get a
Hmm.
notification. Costs like 99 cents, like cheaper than anything
Yeah.
nowadays. 99 cents. You can download it that same day. It'll be a part of your library, and it definitely helps our bands. What Vicky's doing in this role is critical. Like she's helping push it. There's so many radio stations out here and apps and people that want to play DJs that want to play the Hano music, and we have an opportunity to keep pushing new music. But if we keep relying on the same music, we're not gonna grow and thrive as an industry or genre. So we definitely
Right.
need everyone helping out. So those going out to Roger. We got George in here. We got also, but we just need we just kind of need everybody. David says great promoter Vicky. Um,
Oh, thank
let me see
you.
here.
I do have some of the best friends and followers, and um, I have to talk about this. My kids think this is the funniest thing. They're like, Vicky, people are calling you Vickie Vee. My name is Vickie Limon, but my promotion name is Vickie Vee because I take after my dad. And they make fun of me. They're always like, oh, here goes Vickie Vee in the house, Vickie Vee. But it's funny because then they see this and they're like, wow, you have people that like you and they're following you. I'm like, well, I think I hope I'm likable, but
Oh,
but yes, no, I have some of the best people that I've met in the industry, and great followers, and there's so many great there's just so many great people in this industry. If everybody would give everybody a chance to get to know each other,
it's
Right, and
just
if
we have.
even if somebody's not in the position to purchase some music, I mean, they can always hard it, start it, share it with somebody else.
Yes,
I mean
yes.
that sharing the music goes a long way too. We have artists that come on here, and obviously it's new music to me. And like I've told them before, and I tell them all the time, I have to listen to your song throughout the day. I just don't listen to. I have to listen throughout the day. You know, and even which
Mhm.
rarely happens. You know, I'll get a second opinion. I'll send it out to one of my friends or a cousin of mine. Say, hey, dude, what's your take on this? It's a brand new artist, man. Oh, it sounds badass,
Mhm.
dude. They sound like so and so. That's the first thing I always get. They sound like so and so. Okay, well, it's starting to ring a bell with somebody. Okay, great. You're referencing back to back then, but this is a new artist right here. This is what they're still
Mhm.
genre. So like that goes a long way too.
Mhm.
Just sharing the music with people. Getting their take on it, and just giving them that visibility that is out there.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I feel too. Go out to their events. I hear people. This is my biggest thing. Oh my God, it costs $20 for an event. What's $20 when you're going to go pay $600 to go see Pitbull and sit on the floor that he's not going to acknowledge who you are? You're going to be able to go after the show, go get an autograph, go get a picture with your Tejano artist or your conjunto artist. Get up close and personal with them. Go buy their merch, support them. They're out there busting their butt to play music for us. We can go support
Oh
them.
yeah.
You know.
And
Absolutely.
definitely the venues, taking your kids, so taking it to the next level. So we got to bring the next generation into this
Yeah.
industry. And I think the three of us here are all on the same wavelength, where we say is we want to keep the Hana going, we want it thriving. It is not dead. If you knew how many artists
No.
are out here trying to just be an artist for us, you would be amazed.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many artists out here, but taking it to the next level, um we have a lot of young kids in the industry now, but we also need those young fans. Okay, so you got to bring your kids and your family to
Mm-hmm.
the festivals, to the Jamaikas, to any outdoor any outdoor venues that you can, and really showing them the music, making them take off those
Right.
earbuds for just a little bit and listen to our music, because that's how we grew up, right? You remember our parents,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm. We didn't
we didn't
have phones. We
we
didn't
didn't
have
have all that,
iPads.
but
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
let your kids hear it, because they're gonna remember those moments that they sat with you and listened to music, and then you're like, oh man, my mom used to listen to this. Okay, and then you keep that going. So we gotta bring the young kids in here. There's a lot of young artists, right? We know at least 5 to 6 brand new
Oh,
artists under the age of 16 years old,
oh, oh,
super
yeah.
talented. Okay, now we need that many kids to listen to the music and adapt to it. There's such a great opportunity for us to bring your kids, your grandkids, to the music. Take them to the venues. There is a lot of free events. There may not be whole five it may not be $5-10 anymore like it used to be when we were young, but it's worth the investment if you really think about it. Those bands purchased their instruments, their sound system. They traveled, they left their families behind, they're performing for hours upon hours, songs upon. They don't have like if you think of the talent that went into putting that song together times however many songs they have to play for you, that whole set. $20 is nothing. $30 is nothing
Well,
when there's so many
like you're
bands.
saying.
Yeah,
Well, you got Toronto Takeover coming over. That is a free event. Take your children, go out there, get them introduced to Toronto music, the conjunto. Go and get them introduced to that because it's free. I mean, that's a free event. I
mhm.
mean, you can't beat that. And like we'll be there. Go out and you meet the artists. You go out meet promoters. You go out. My Tejano Live Radio Band family's going to be there. We'll be at a stage. Come out and meet us, and then you might even get a chance to just go up and just meet the artist. I mean, there's go out and do it and take these phones away from these kids for a little while on the iPads. I mean, that's what's wrong,
Or at least make them listen to it for
Exactly.
an hour.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
Saludos
Right.
about
got
to
to
say that.
Chupacabra Broadcasting out there. Saludos, amigos, the
Oh,
noisy neighbors.
yes. Thank you. I actually have to shout him out because he did say he sent everybody to come over here today. So thank you,
They're great
Michael.
supporters of us
God, I had the
here.
rest of
Yes.
that
So
telephone
Mhm.
out my dead hands. Hell, you can imagine kids.
I have to say though, I am stuck to my phone is stuck in my hand 24 hours, but that's where I do all my work is because it's the iPhone, and it's a little computer. So I'm constantly, do you live on that phone?
You
Yes, I
do.
do. That's where all my promotion is. I live on my phone, and it was like, take it away for a little bit. I'm like, okay, but that's where I do all my work, you know. So, but I'm working. I'm not just playing games, and
I'm probably
sometimes
playing
I can
games
scroll through
majority of the
Facebook.
time, but yeah.
No, but
But
for real, I love all the comments and the support that y'all, that we're getting from what we're talking about, right? We're a podcast that says, let's
Yes,
talk about the Hano.
yes,
We're serious about the Hano, and Victoria's
yes.
Promotions is winning out there. So what she's doing in the
Thank
industry is
you.
amazing. She's
Thank
always
you.
worked really well with us and supported Talk
Yes,
Tejano
thank you.
and Serious Tejano. And we appreciate the bands that you have brought to us and the music that you send to us. We definitely appreciate. She's working really hard behind the scenes, and I just don't think that we put enough emphasis on our promoters, that what they do behind the scenes for our bands. We know the bands know them very well, and we know the bands are very appreciative because the bands know what it takes to be doing that. The artists, the bands, the recording studios, everyone knows what a promoter does, but I think we wanted to let the whole rest of the world understand what Victoria's Promotions goes through on a daily basis. So she's also getting contacted by bands. Here's my music.
Mm-hmm.
Can you represent me? And she has to decide, like at this time, yes, here, this is what I can do for you. Maybe not this time, but I can maybe refer you to someone else. I don't know if you really do that, Victoria's, Vicky,
Well,
but I know you
well,
you get sought after because I know I get a lot of music when I'm DJing. They're like, "Hey, can you play my music?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." I do it live. I do it in the moment, and that's a whole different world than for you.
yeah, and I really didn't realize how I was being recognized because I just Rick Acosta, that was from the original Texas Latinos, just reached out to me, and I will be helping him. He's got a new song came out that's called Solo, and I will be trying to make a little kind of promo for that in the next day or so. And I'm getting asked from people that had no idea they even knew who I was. And then I have a promoter that would tell me, oh well, she's nobody, she's nothing, and her bands are gonna fail. Well, guess what? I'm not failing. I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. And I'm the type of person. The more you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it even more. And so all of us, all the promoters are doing well out there. They're all, I mean, they all work hard in this industry. If we could all get along and work better together, we would be so strong. We just have to get over the drama,
Absolutely.
and work together, work together. So,
I definitely
but
agree.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
anything else, Vicky, that you want to call out that as a promoter that you have to do, what you work to do?
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into the bands. We have a few songs that we want to promote for y'all. We're gonna
No,
promote it.
I just like I said, I just do what I have to do. Like I say, make the flyers, try to get the gigs, at least find out the information for them. And we did have a few here. We've had to cancel a time or two due to reasons that we weren't able to perform. I'm hoping to have them all here this year. That's my biggest goal, to have each one of them come play here in San Antonio at one point in time, because this is the home of Tejano. We have so many bands that come here. I mean, for them to play all of them would be great, but we're going to just keep trying. That's all, we're going to keep on trying. And it is hard. It's a hard work as a promoter. But again, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be doing
Right.
it.
Right. Um, I love all the comments we're getting in here. I'm trying to read them all. And I agree what Crispy said. He out there is we got to work together, and the band's got to work together. And I know it's hard. Everyone works hard for what they do. Everyone does. I mean, I
Mhm.
promise you, there isn't. There maybe there is, but people that are trying to take the shortcut. But there's a lot of hardworking people out there that just if we could get along and put something together, it would be like a whole nother level. But until we
Ah,
get there, big so to
well,
all
I
the
mean, to get it,
DJs.
I was gonna say
Sorry,
real quick, to get along part, obviously that'll probably come later. But after all, we are talking about business.
it is a
I mean,
business at the end of the day.
as long as
it
people are able to
is.
work together, not just, I mean, they don't have to like each other. I mean, just like a lot of people that I work side by side with, but
Heather
still we get the
Jolie.
job done. So I would say as long as they're able to tolerate the business side of it, and then you know, feelings later on, maybe they could meet under the bleachers or something, just have it out. But um, I mean, they just have to cast feelings aside and just treat it for what it is. It's a business. You
Well,
know,
and it's a business, so there's money involved, and that's already a controversial topic is money, and that is really hard. People are doing this to make a living, and I wholeheartedly get that. Like I do, really do.
Well, I will say something about this about promoters. We don't make a lot of money
What
because
in this
we
industry? Just
love
kidding. I'm being facetious.
we I think the whole thing of the Hana, we don't make a lot of money. We do this because we love it. The artists do it because they love it. They sing because they love it. And I'm going to go back to Ram talking to me not too long ago. He always says he's not the front man. He gives credit to everybody in his band. And you know what? Nobody in that band, they all play, they work together. And I think all the bands should work together. And it's just, we don't make money. I think we should make more money than they're doing, and they should make more money than
Well,
what they're
we
doing. They
could if we
work
work
so
together.
we could if we work together, because they work so hard. Especially these writers that write music straight from their hearts. That's big to me, and they're not using AI out there. They're doing it themselves. That makes means a lot when they do that, and they should get the credit. So I could go on a whole topic about that, but we won't right now.
right?
Yeah,
And it's the same
it's for
thing
the
for
love of the music.
podcasters. Exactly. When Mary
Hmm.
started this and she let me on board with her, we agreed that hey, obviously we're doing because we love the music, but at the same time, we also
Right.
know that the more focus put into this, the better drive and traction the genre is going to get. Um,
Right.
we I mean, I don't look at this as like, oh God, we got to do this. But no, I wake up like this morning. I woke up.
Because you
I was
love
like,
it.
man, we got an interview with Vickie tonight. We're finally get to meet her. Freaking a. I mean, I look forward to it. So I
Yeah.
think a
Yeah.
lot of people still do. Not taking that away from anybody, but some people are so treating it as a job. Some podcasters treat it as a job or something as to get a one up on somebody else. If you're looking at it from that angle, you ain't gonna have fun, and
Then
you're
you're,
just gonna
yeah.
treat it like a job.
No.
And guess what?
No.
If you love your job that much, and you're gonna do your hobby your job, you're doing it for the wrong reason. You have to love what you're doing, like y'all said here earlier. You know, um,
Can I give a big shout out real quick? I
absolutely.
see David Vella. David Vela is in the house. Oakland Raider, retired Oakland Raider actor, is one of my dearest friends that I absolutely love him. He was there when I started spiraling downhill from a podcast that I was on. He took me in and he has treated me like a daughter and loves my daughter like that. And I see him on, so I want to give him a big shout out. He supports everybody in the industry. He's on every podcast. I see him everywhere. So big shout out to David Vela.
Big saludos, David. Thank you for
David
coming in.
Vela.
And
Did you say he's an ex-Raider?
Oakland Raider, yes,
Not a
he
fan, right? A
is.
player.
And he's a player. Yep.
The
Mhm.
fan base, I really don't have too much tolerance for it. The players, absolutely, they're freaking animals.
He's tall, big.
well, saludos and
Sorry,
thank you
David.
for coming in. We definitely appreciate it, and a lot of great comments. A lot of shout outs to Vicky and everything she's doing for the bands that she supports. We do want to play some music, and then here in just a little bit, we are going to play a video for y'all, a little something we want to show you guys. So, let's first start out with who did you want to start out with?
Um, whatever one you have on
We
there
have
is
all
fine
of
with
them, but
me.
let's start out with I
You
saw
have
Arnold in
just
here, so let's talk a little bit
okay.
Arnold. If
Yes,
if someone
Arnold.
does not know about Arnold, let's give them a little
I,
info.
I will tell you about Arnold. I was at the Grasshopper, a little hole in the wall here in San Antonio, and I heard him singing. I'm like, did Jay Bettis come in here? Because I didn't see Jay. Jay isn't coming in this little hole in the wall, is he? Maybe he is. And I look over and it's this man, guy named Arnold Valdez. Didn't know who he was. I went up to him, and of course, the person I went up to him and said, "Hi, I'm Vickie V." And I didn't give him a choice to be his promoter, to be honest. I told him I'm going to promote you, and I did. And he is one of my best
I'm gonna
friends.
promote you, and you're
We
gonna
talk
like it,
every
okay?
day. Yeah. And you know what? Arnold has done
Oh
amazing,
yeah, he has. He's
amazing.
got a good voice.
I am so proud of Arnold. He is just he's an amazing person. He's an amazing dad.
Yeah, he's a good friend of
And
the
I
show.
just
We've
love
had
him to
him on
death. He's
several times, and whenever we bring
yes.
him on, it's nothing but obviously we talk about the music, but it's all fun and catching up. He's a great guy. It really is.
Yeah, he is. He's a great guy. But yeah, if you want to play his song first, that would be
And the
great.
song is called "Thought You Were the One." He wrote it
Hmm.
many years ago,
Hmm.
and
When he was
he was 16
16.
years old, and we got to sing hear a little bit of him sing, but we're gonna hear this song by him. So let's check it out, y'all.
From the first time I laid eyes on you, I knew right from the start that I wanted to get right with you, just to hold you in my arms. And as I look into your eyes, and I try to realize that the love we share we could not compromise. I remember sitting one afternoon in the back step of my house, thinking of all the memories, cherishing all my thoughts. I thought you were the one for me. I know now that I'm wrong. You play my heart like a little toy. Girl, you tore my world apart. So why you play me for a fool? If you knew that I loved you, all this time we spent together, me and you, were just lies. And I just could not see it coming. What I felt deep in my heart for the one that I loved in this life, I can no longer think of. I thought you were the one. I thought you were the one, girl, for me. And I just could not
It is such an amazing song.
It is.
So it is available on all the music media platforms, y'all. It is "Thought You Were the One," Arnold Valdez. I know he's working on more.
Yes, he actually has another song coming out. We're hoping it would be out by this month. It's already done with Red Room Records. And then we're hoping to go in and do two. So we need to get with that Arnold. Call him. That song kind of made me laugh the first time we heard it. Jennifer Lynn and I said, "Okay, Arnold, who broke your heart? We're gonna have to go catch a charge. Who did that to
Yeah, we
you?"
we said the same thing when we were here on the when we were interviewing, talking to him that night, and I mean, he explained to us what he gave us a lowdown on, but we're like, all right, who did it? Who did it?
It's a
Then when
beautiful
he told us when he
song.
wrote it, I was like, holy moly, dude, I was still paste. I was like, man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, he was playing it on his guitar, and I was like, "Wow, that's beautiful." And then then the music part came in. He just had the words, and then they worked on the music, and I love it. It's amazing. He's an amazing a man, and I enjoy being his promoter. And like I said, he's a great friend as well.
Yeah, that was a great song. So Arnold Valdez, "Thought You Were the One." Go check it out on all the music media platforms. Then we also have Fuerza Imparable,
Mhm.
and they have music on all the music media platforms as
Yep.
well. I asked Vickie what song should I play, what song are we gonna promote, and she wanted to play her favorite one. She said,
Yep.
so this is gonna be Fuerza Imparable, and their song is called Perdóname.
Mhm.
And this is one that Ram wrote many years ago, one of his first songs that he wrote out there. And also, we've had them on a couple times on our show as well.
Mhm.
But this is called Perdóname. So let's check it out. Hold on. All right.
Sé que te encuentras derrotada de dolor por mis mentiras. Te ha rompido el corazón, solo han quedado recuerdos de tus besos en mi piel. Por eso suplico, dame el tiempo para reparar nuestra relación. Perdóname, lo siento, te fallé. Regresa a mí, devuélveme mi ser, yo te lo juro. He cambiado por ti, ya no quiero seguir sin tu amor que me da toda respiración. Perdóname. Aunque sé que no te tengo aquí, no hago más que pensar que un día vuelvas a mí. Tengo negra mi alma, está hueco el corazón. Por favor, quítame esta pena de no tener tu amor. Perdóname, lo siento, te fallé. Regresa a mí, devuélveme mi ser, yo te lo juro. He cambiado por ti, ya no quiero seguir sin tu amor que me da toda respiración. Perdóname.
So that is one of your favorite songs. But they have more music coming out as well, from what
Yes.
I'm hearing.
Yes, they were just in the studio, I believe, with 2 songs, so that will be coming out soon.
How exciting. So let's give saludos to Arnold Valdez. We just heard his song, Thought You Were the One. And then Fuerza Imparable. I know we have Krispy Kreme in the house. Fuerza. We have Mari and Isaac. Who else is in here? Fuerza Imparable. Let me see.
Give a shout out to my other radio family, Nelsa Ramon. Well, she says Ramon, as she's in the house. She also belongs to Tejano Live Radio. And one of the biggest supporters in Tejano, Lisa Trevino, she is in here and she supports everybody. So she's out of Pearsall, Texas.
Sorry, I'm pulling this other one up so that we can. Sorry. Let me get this going.
Say so Vicky, obviously we're gonna get into it in a bit, but you've already, you've talked about your transition from, to a promoter, and here in a minute we're gonna talk on your new venture, which should be your podcast show. As soon as we get this song queued up, get into that as well, real quick. Because I'll tell you, I mean, me personally, I'm pretty sure Mary will agree too. I mean, it's a pretty fun thing to be talking to people, getting to know them, and obviously, I've known you through social media because I follow you, and us, obviously you work with some of the bands that we've had on here, and it's always great to meet somebody. I guess you could say behind the scenes in a way. You get to know them personally. I think that's the fun part for me, for being a co-host on a podcast, is just getting to know the person that's on the other side of that music.
When you had asked me what was my biggest aha moment, George and I got to interview David Davila from the Barrio Boys when they first started back this past year doing interviews. And that was an amazing interview just to be with all the people that he's actually, performed with, Selena and Janet, was it Whitney Houston and all these. That was amazing. So being on his show, George's show, with the different types of music has been really fun. So I've actually enjoyed this so much because it's just not been Tejano for me. It's been hip hop, freestyle. So yeah, it's been fun.
Cool, cool, cool. We got that song ready to go. Mary?
It is ready. One
Oh, okay.
second. It was just kidding. All right. So we are gonna do a little something different. Let me pull this up here. There we go.
Yes.
We can do a little something different. Los Hermanos Peña. They have a music video. So if you're not following them on YouTube, go to YouTube, Los Hermanos
Mhm.
Peña, follow them or subscribe. How it works on YouTube is you subscribe to them. You can see all their videos. They have some live videos. They have music videos out there. And we're going to watch part of one here. This is Los Hermanos Peña, Hecho Pa' Mí. And we're going to check out the video. So let me put it over here. Can y'all see that?
Mhm.
Awesome. All right, let me get
Yep.
this going. Hear it?
Quiero darle las gracias a tu mamá y a tu papá por darle la vida al amor de mi vida. Obvio que hablo de ti, la que me hace feliz. Puede que yo no sea perfecto, pero por ti lo intento. De esos ojitos bellos quiero ser el dueño hasta que mi tiempo se acabe. Mija, voy a cuidarte pa' que nada te pase, porque has de saber que yo estoy hecho pa' ti. Has de saber que tú estás hecha pa' mí, pa' mí, pa' mí, hacia la medida donde andabas perdida. Al amor y a ti los conocí el mismo día, porque has de saber que yo estoy hecho pa' ti. Has de saber que tú estás hecha pa' mí, pa' mí, pa' mí, hacia la medida donde andabas perdida. Le doy gracias a Dios porque me mandó lo que tanto pedía. Y puro hermanos Peña.
Sorry. All right. We can only play little bits of it because of the whole copyright thing, but
Right.
that is so amazing. I love the video. First of all, kudos and big congratulations to Los Hermanos Peña for pulling off that video. It was the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that is so beautiful. That was just so
And
amazing.
it
And then
means
you
a
have a
lot.
connection,
It means a
a
lot
close
to me
connection
because
too.
they asked me for a picture of my parents, and my parents are in that video. And that's why I am so fond of that, because I did lose my dad at 15. And my parents were 15 and 17 when they got married, and their picture is in there. And I showed my family, and they were just like, oh my God, they were so amazed. So that's why I love that video the most.
Definitely a great video, great
Mhm.
song.
Great song.
They incorporated those nice aspects of it, and
And
obviously, like
that's
Mary
all to
said,
his son.
follow them
His
on
son.
YouTube.
Their
Mm,
son does all the videos. Gilbert's son does all the videos, so he does an amazing job.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
talented group right there.
Hmm.
Uh,
Their
man, my
music is
screen
on.
froze. Well,
Uh-oh.
not
Their
on here,
music
not on here, on the
I was gonna say on the video over there. So you can find their music on all the music media platforms, Los Hermanos Peña. You can also find their music on YouTube, like we just watched, and then go request, download, and stream, as well as the other bands.
Hmm.
Fuerza Imparable, big saludos, and a big
Hmm.
supporter of our show, Arnold Valdez, Los Hermanos Peña, and you said you're working on a couple new artists, right? That you're bringing on
Yes.
the
Well, I do.
aboard.
I do. I promote Johnny List Texas Plowboys. They're working on music now. They are on all digital platforms. Whiskey Hollow. They're new. They're down in the valley. I just picked up Rick Acosto. And then I have a new artist. We're slowly getting things. And he was with the Rhinestone Cowboys and he is now gone solo. And his name is Larry Lopez. And I will be working with him. We're doing baby steps right now. So that's, because he's new into the industry. He'll be a new artist. So
Sorry, George, were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm still trying to unfreeze the
So,
video.
besides getting fans to listen to new music, has it been a little bit of like difficulty to try to get like labels, or has anyone reached out to you as far as the labels and getting their music picked up? Like, is that like a part of the process as well? Is that like a
I
difficult
don't do any
process?
of the labels. They do all that. No, I
Okay.
don't do any of that. No. Mm-mm.
So you just send it to the radio stations and
Right. And then,
DJs and
yes,
people
and I
that are
have to
playing
make
the
sure
music.
that they do have their codes on it, so they get their what is that? Can't even think.
Royalties.
Royalties on that. Yes. Because I've had a few, and then I do have a few people that don't even that won't even interview them if they don't have that connected to them. I've had a few, so we can't interview them till we have that. So okay, so it's it's getting the royalties paid to them. So yeah, I don't do any
Again,
of that. They do
it's
all
a
the labels.
business. You know,
Yes,
don't
exactly.
blame them. I don't
No,
blame them.
no,
They get
no.
what's coming to them.
Right.
But at the
Yes.
same
So
time, it's just, man, it's such a iffy little subject where you dive into. Can do it out of good faith. They can do it out of some bands can do it out of good faith, hoping and willing that they're gonna get the exposure that they're looking for and later get the final payoff in the end. But
right.
I mean, that's just I'm not in the business 100%, so I wouldn't know how that really works. That's just me looking in from the outside.
Well, Mary does a great job of playing everybody's music. I mean, I've watched her several times, and I think sometimes I hear music I've never heard. I'm like, oh, she's got everybody out there. So thank you, Mary, for what you do.
Of course, that's my goal. The goal of Let's Talk to Hano and Serious Hano. We want to play
Mhm.
music that just is amazing, and
Mhm.
then I think if we hear it enough times, we've said it a few times, you're all gonna love it as well. So we definitely appreciate the support you've given to us, Vicky.
Mhm.
Because it takes all of us. We got to work
Yes.
together. We got to do this together. Um, so the bands. We've talked about them. We've talked about your hard work, but let's go back to you a little bit.
Mhm.
You're a busy lady. You work with several different teams outside of the bands. So let's talk
Mhm.
about what's in the works for you.
Well, this year I myself and Cinderella Promotions and Entertainment, we will be we're still working on a date. We are going to have our own show on TikTok. Eventually we'll bring it so like you guys do, bring it on to Instagram and um, Facebook. But and I hate to give my ideas out, but whoever steals them, oh, that's okay. Everybody's like,
Welcome to the industry.
well, I see podcasts, we're interviewing artists. Thank you for interviewing me because I don't see this very often. And this is kind of the line where I'm going. We are going to focus on the spouses of the bands, whether it be female or male, because we forget those bands wouldn't be there without their spouse, you know without you have to have that backbone there, and that's what they are. And the ones that don't, um like my one of my bands that aren't married, it takes that band to carry all of them. So we can interview all of them together, but that's what we're going to focus on. And we will bring in the artists, but like I've talked to like for instance Christy I know she's on here. Her being the artist, I can bring her husband on and talk about what his journey has been as her as the artist. So that's where our focus is going to be on. So I'm hoping it's going to work. I pray it's going to work, but we forget about those spouses, and they've gone through a lot, especially like back to the Peñas. They've been in this industry how many years? Those women have gone through a lot with their husbands. And we're not going to go get personal. It's what they want to tell us. We're not going to, whatever they want to tell us. And I
Spill the
think
tea. Spill.
I
Just kidding.
love some of the stories I've heard. One story Gilbert had told me was I would write Joanna a letter to be by the phone by a certain time to get that phone
Mm.
call. I'm like, don't do that no more. So, that's what, I want to hear about stuff like that. And I think all of us, and, just what it takes to be espouse in the industry of an artist.
Well,
People
and we
don't
don't think
realize it's a lot.
yeah, we don't think about when y'all are watching them at the 4th of July, Christmas, New Year's. Sometimes
Yeah,
their families
they're
can't travel
they're
with them, so they're at home and the bands are by themselves, and you guys don't think of that. Or when they're practicing and then they go out for the gigs, so they're not just gone one night a week; they might be gone multiple nights, and especially if they're traveling, and to
hmm
travel a few hours, maybe stay
hmm
overnight, come home. So it is a lot, and I think that's a great idea. And kudos for you to think about that because it
yeah,
takes the whole family, like the tribe of the Peñas. We'll use them as an example.
right.
Um, they got to all work together. The merch, representing their families and working together, and even the example you gave, Chrissy E. Saludos, amiga, and your husband, how hard y'all work together.
Yes.
So and all of the bands,
hmm
whether they are married or she said that's enough info. I agree, but it's a great idea. So you're definitely keeping yourself busy. When can we expect to see you live?
Probably closer to the end of February, because I've got to work. Like I said, I'm with Tejano Live Radio. We've got fanfare we're going to be working on. We're also going to be working on a Easter drive that we will be putting out there. We will be accepting donations to Tejano Live Radio. We are going to make Easter baskets for the children that are maybe orphans or ones in the hospital. That will be, and we'll be getting donations on either with money or stuff to put into the baskets. We will be putting that out. We're back on getting track to our next cruise that's going to be coming out in 2027. So doing other things. So it's busy.
Well,
So
definitely get
and
that info out to us for
Oh
Easter. We'll
yes,
help you push that out
we
there a little for
definitely. I
you.
will definitely send that to you.
Mhm.
and where is your platform going to be?
It will be on TikTok first, and then we will shoot it over to Facebook and to Instagram.
Awesome. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'll
Well,
be sure to go follow. Is it in your account here, or like how can they find you on TikTok?
It will be under my account. It will be under my account. But it will be Victorious and Cinderella's podcast,
Okay,
and we are affiliated with Tejano Live Radio, so their logo is also on there because I am their social media promoter. But I am affiliated with them, so they will be a part of our show.
that's
So
amazing.
yeah.
Congratulations to you and your radio show. That's amazing. We got to work together. All these
yes,
radio stations, apps, DJs. eh, we're not competing for much money, so let's just do it together.
that's right.
We can all work together. We can all help each other, promote each other. We appreciate all of the support here tonight.
Oh
Hanging
yes,
out,
thank you, thank
hanging out
you.
with Vickie B promotions. I was like, do I call her Victorious because she's
Well,
victorious? Call
I
her
I have a
Vicky?
few of my friends that just call me Victorious. That's just the name they've given me. I do have some that call me Vickie V. So I just don't like when they always go Vickie V podcast or Vickie V promotions. It's not Vickie V promotions. It's Victorious.
I mean, your last name
That
isn't.
that is not a birth certificate.
um, and I hope to see everybody at the radio gala that's going to be with March 12th. I know you guys will probably more than likely will be there. That's where we get to meet a lot. We get to interview a lot of artists. And then we have the fanfare. So we'll all be out there. Come by and see us. I don't know what stage we'll be at yet, but we will be out there, God willing. Everybody stays healthy, and we go out there. We'll be there.
That's amazing. So if y'all aren't aware, Fanfare is March 13th, 14th, and 15th
Mhm.
at the Hemisphere Park. And they also have an event at Market Square that same weekend. So you have
Spring
a
Fest.
all free event. The music's free. We'll just say that.
Take
Everything
your
else is
children. Take
extra.
your children.
Take your families, take your kids, tell people about it. We got to get that park filled up and go early to see all the bands up and coming and new bands that are performing throughout the day into the evening. Don't just go to see your favorite band that might be playing for an hour when you could spend hours listening to great music by new artists.
Right.
It's amazing. We got to see a lot of
Mhm.
new artists early part of Saturday last year when we went and meet a lot of artists that are doing meet and greets all along Hemisphere
Oh
Park.
yes,
So you just never know who you're gonna run into. We ran into a lot of amazing artists. We met some new artists last year.
that's where I
Um,
met you, Mary.
Yep, yep. I got to meet you, and we had it's such a great experience. So Hemisphere Park, Market Square, March 13th, 14th, and 15th is the next biggest event for Tejano. They have a lot of cruises coming up. They have Conjunto Festival, and these are opportunities where you get to see new music, new bands. It's just amazing. So. Vicky, I know you have more shout outs. I know we have Mario Alberto in the house, all the way from Seattle. Go Seahawks! I don't know who you guys got for the Super Bowl, but my team's out, so I'll go for Mario's team out there. Go Seahawks! Saludos going out to Jacob Vela. He also has new music out there. Mario has good music. Thank you to the artists and the DJs that are
Yes,
supporting us here tonight. We definitely appreciate everyone. Again, we got to work together in this industry.
yes,
So much room for all of us to be in here and grow. Any shout outs,
yes.
Vicky?
I just like a big shout out to everybody who came on and followed me. They came and supported me tonight because I was super scared about this. Like I said, I've been on podcasts, I've interviewed people, but I've never been interviewed. So I was really scared.
So
So I
how do we
think you.
do? How do we
Oh,
do?
I loved it. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a talker, so I love to talk. So this is perfect. But I think everybody who came on and supported us tonight. Again, we need to support everybody in the industry. All my bands that came on here to support me. I greatly appreciate you. Let me see. I see some people I haven't seen in a while. La Jolla, thank you for coming on as a promoter that came on and support me. DJ Extreme, thank you. I'm just trying to see some people that we hadn't shouted out. Chrissy E,
Grupo
one of my
Entrego in
very
the house.
one of my very good friends right there, Chrissy E and Jonathan. They let me crash on their sofa a couple times. um,
Wait,
um,
I got to know more about this crashing on the
Yeah.
sofa.
well, we went down to Kingsville. They like, just come
Oh,
stay at my house.
oh.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I
All
thought
Not
right.
like I
maybe we
wasn't
couldn't drive
crazy.
home or
Hey,
something.
it was not Cozumel. That's all I
Hey,
got to
because
say.
it
If you want
happens
to
to
know
the
about
best
it,
of
go
us,
to
Somebody
okay?
told me to
Go to
ask you about
Cozumel.
Cozumel, so
Cozumel was fun. You guys got to go with us on our next Ahano Live Radio cruise. And then you might see a different Vicky in Cozumel. But what happens in Cozumel stays in Cozumel.
I don't know. They asked me to
I don't
ask you
know.
what happened in Cozumel, so
Uh,
another part two interview. We might have to get into the nitty gritty of
I don't think
Cozumel.
I'll be able to make
but
that trip, man. I've been known to hop in the pool when I've had a couple. I'd imagine hopping into the Gulf of Mexico, you know.
uh,
You
So
guys follow us
no,
on
but
TikTok. His shenanigans on TikTok, wherever he is,
but
right there.
again, I just like to thank everybody who came on and supported me. It means the world to me. Like I said, it's difficult being a promoter at times, but I love it and I will continue doing it. Even if somebody has something negative to say, just let it go. Is keep going because we're not going to please everybody. And I realized that, and people are going to talk no matter what we do, whether we're doing good or bad. We've got people who are going to talk about us, but just keep going forward and we could work together. I know this industry could be a lot better. Quit being the tunnel world turns. We have our own novella. We need to stop. And so yeah.
Hey, as
hey, I
long as
got
they're
plenty of
talking about
popcorn.
us, regardless.
But you know what? Like they say, if they're talking about you, it's because you're doing something right.
Exactly. That
So,
means,
You know, I've always got
yeah. No, I
popcorn ready.
agree.
So
so go ahead and talk about me all you want. 'Cause
All you want, especially about the interview. Come
no such
that way
thing
you
as
can
bad
watch it. You
publicity,
can
right?
critique me. Tell me what you want. But anyway, we're just kidding. Saludos everybody out there. Again, we have Grupo Entrego in the house.
Yes,
Y'all need to check them out. Mario Alberto, Jacob Vela, the Hermanos Peña, Fuerza Imparable, Arnold, all the bands that were in here tonight. We definitely appreciate the support. Bands supporting bands, the DJs that are in here, DJs supporting DJs, the podcasts supporting podcasts, and the radio stations supporting radio stations. Alone, there was like 4 different radio stations in here, and
yes,
I think it's amazing that we all can work together. It's not a competition. There's a lot of music, a lot of time in the day. So I hope y'all are following Sirius Tejano. I hope you're
yes.
following Let's Talk Tejano. We have a page on here called Let's Talk Tejano. Please go follow us. Um,
Oh,
what we're
I
doing in
know I
here
saw
is
that.
you
we
saw that comment, right?
Yeah,
You
I
have
saw
saw
where
it.
a
it got.
reindeer. Oh goodness.
Do y'all want to know the quick story about the
Yeah,
reindeer?
I do want
Okay.
to know the story.
Okay. Well, I was coming home one night, one Christmas night. Oh, as Gilbert says, one winter night, and the neighbors behind us, 'cause I live in a country road, and they raise a deer. So I see the deer. I always feed it, and I thought it wanted water, so I'm walking up the stairs. I'm on the phone with my daughter. This deer attacks me and beats me up.
Like physically, like in person or your car?
No, I was out of the car walking up the stairs, and I got bruises and back, and I'm
Oh
screaming at the neighbor, and I haven't seen it. Maybe they killed it. I don't know,
no.
but he
I was
beat
about
me
to
up.
say.
So
Killed
Gilbert
Bambi?
Gilbert made a song of Ms. Vickie was coming home one winter night. She got ran over by a reindeer.
That's
I wouldn't say ran
hilarious.
So
over. I say
no,
got
I got beat
mugged,
up. I got beat
assaulted,
the heck
assaulted
up.
by a reindeer.
Got assaulted.
So yeah, we make a joke about it now. It's funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. I was really scared. I was
I
really
bet I
scared.
would be freaking out.
Well, so I looked into it, and there is more. So my sister calls me and tells me, "Hey, my boss wants to go hunting. What kind of perfume were you wearing?" I was like,
How about what kind of reindeer? What part of the forest were you in? Were you like in the hood, in the forest hood, or what?
"So it's if I can laugh at myself, that's a good thing. So I
Uh,
do. So it's okay."
yeah,
That's all we
I've
can
done
do now.
some funnies. Yeah, George says it was boxing. Mickey said boxing.
I
Humberto,
haven't seen the
saludos.
video. My daughter actually has it recorded
Oh,
because
you
we
gotta put that on
FaceTime.
TikTok,
So I
girl. You
got
gotta
to
Yeah.
put that
see
on
it.
TikTok.
I could probably win some money on funny home videos.
You
I
no, I
probably
would
could.
just
And
keep it, make some video, some views.
and the Benny Hill song would be great background music for that.
The deer
It'll be
one,
it would be
Vicky
perfect.
zero.
Yeah.
A Benny Hill
Yeah,
song would
Mario
be perfect for
Alberto.
that.
Mm.
Either that or a Rocky song, one or the other.
Right. Well, I thank
Well,
you guys so much for interviewing me. It's been a lot of
absolutely,
fun. It's been pleasure. It's always my
absolutely.
pleasure. But
We what we like to do is we like to bring everybody together, the promoters, the DJs, the
yes.
podcasts, the fans, the artists. We like to bring them all together in a live environment just like this, talk to each other about ideas, share
Hmm.
thoughts, ask each other questions so that the fans understand how truly important they are in this
Right.
industry, and
Right.
they get to see behind the scenes what it takes to be a promoter, and it takes she gets to see what the fans see. She might get some different perspectives from your thoughts and your opinions over here. So we like to bring everybody together. That's the Let's Talk Tejano. And that's George Medina and myself, and DJ Elite couldn't be with us tonight,
Yes.
so big salutes to DJ Elite. And Joe brought us on, and we helped
Yes.
interview. We help. We created this partnership with Joe. So big shout out to Joe out here in Sirius Tejano. So please, I hope you guys follow us. Let's Talk Tejano here on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Follow Sirius Tejano. They're streaming 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, playing the very best of the music. The artists that you have seen in the chat and so much more is rotating consistently on our radio station. Let's Talk Tejano Radio and Sirius Tejano. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everyone that is in the chat. I'm sorry I couldn't give everybody a shout out, but thank
Yes.
you to
Thank you all.
Ophelia,
Thank you.
Leslie, with saludos go out to Nando out of there, Houston,
I
and
saw
all the
Johnny
other.
Gonzalez on there, which is Benya's cousin. Thank you for always being a great supporter as well.
Actually, who won? I think the deer won. It's very apparent the deer won.
Well, we
So
still got to
I
review the
uh,
think
tape. We still have to review the
I
yeah,
tape.
think
we need to review the tape. She needs to
Yeah,
upload
you never
it.
know.
I
Give
I
couldn't
think
even
Vicky might have
scream.
thrown
My
a
daughter
low kick
tells
in
me to
there.
scream, and I couldn't even scream. I was like,
Oh Lord.
I couldn't scream.
Well, we definitely appreciate your time tonight. I was
Thank
definitely
you.
looking forward to it. I have
Thank
met
you.
you before,
Yes.
but we haven't got to talk since all of these changes occurred and
Oh
everything
yeah.
that you're working with, and everything who you're helping, I should say, who you're helping and what you're doing for the Tejano industry. We truly appreciate you, Vicky. Wish you the best of luck on your new
I
podcast.
do want to give one big shout out to Laura Linda, because Laura Linda was the first actually person I promoted coming into this business. She was a great person. That her team was great to work with. I worked with her for several years, and I wish her well going into the country industry. So my shouts out to her and her husband, that are amazing people. So
Absolutely. And she retired, you said, right?
she's now gone into country. Yes, she's
Okay.
working on an album now. So
She always beat Tejano. She just doesn't know it.
She'll
Just
always
kidding.
be Tejano. She will. She'll always be Tejano. Yes.
Let's see here. Saludos. Good night from the Tejano Live Radio RGV Studios.
Yes.
I appreciate everyone that came in. Please follow us. Mary Cruz, George Medina. Let's talk Tejano. Serious Tejano. We can all work together in this industry. See you all in March.
Yeah.
Have a great evening, Vickie. We're gonna let you go
Thank
ahead and
you.
disconnect and
Okay.
look
Thank
forward
you.
to getting your emails about new music.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Vickie.
you,
Bye,
everybody.
Safe hands
Vickie.
on you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you to everybody that hung out. Big saludos to Leslie and Ophelia for holding it down. Marie's in the chat. That's our fam. That's our Let's Talk Tejano Familia. So big saludos. Good night, everybody. Wednesday night, here on Sirius, you're gonna get to meet Velocidad with Kelly D, La Comadre, at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow on TikTok, we have Let's Talk Tejano is bringing on Mario Alberto. He's in the chat. Y'all go follow him, an amazing artist out of Washington, playing the best Tejano music out there. So we're going to interview him at 8 o'clock tomorrow night on TikTok. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. George, you have anything for the chat?
Yes, I do, chat. I got a $50 bounty on that radio. I mean, on that video. Y'all bring me the
Oh,
video. I got a
Vicky, we
$50
want the
bounty on that video.
video. Yeah, that's funny.
So
Good night to all the
y'all
peñas.
know to reach me.
Saludos. Big saludos to everybody hanging out. Please follow Sirius Tejano. Please follow Let's Talk Tejano. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Be safe out there with this weather. It's still in effect. So be safe. Stay home if you can. And God bless you.